Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. This is going to be the first video of a mini series of what I'm going to do to help assist everybody in their FiveM development and setups. I see a lot of people going around, a lot of people explaining some things, and a lot of those videos are decent. But they don't explain everything. So what I'm going to try and do is basically make a series of videos of different things that easy to do, hard to do, things that I've learned that I feel I can pass along with that information. A lot of people have questions about how to fix their lights, a couple other small things, how to change their colors, and there's just numerous different things that really surround even adding things in. So I figured today with the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with the adding of a vehicle and changing the spawn code. Very simple stuff once you get the hang of it. Once you do it once, it's like, oh, is that all it is? I'll also show you guys the shortcuts on how it's done and the easiest, quickest way to get it done. Now, I will also have a little trick in there that I will add to the second part of the video, which will be the carcals if I mess them up properly. I hope I did, can't guarantee it, but we're going to find out. And if you do have that problem, then I can show you what you would need to look at to try and fix it. And hopefully just overall enjoy the amount of roleplay that you have in your server. So, with all that being said, where's my mouse at? It's not on my left. Oh, there it is. Okay. Alright. So, we're going to go ahead and get started here. Now, this is just our community one that for my FiveM community. This is our files and everything that we have on here, so you're going to see some things that aren't even going to be relevant, but don't worry about that. We're going to get to that. What we're going to be focusing on today is this Jeep right here. So, we've already had it in our server. I know it works. Everything's fine with it. So what we're going to do is we're going to explain how this goes about. So, the first thing you ever want to do whenever adding things to your uh, game is in your resources. The easiest way is always make these little brackets, like right here. Like let's just go down here to police cars, like we just were. You see how it's a bracket, then the name, then close bracket. That's basically telling the server or command to ignore it and read what's inside the folder. So then it'll read these, which will be in your start CFG. So I'll go over a little bit more on how that's done real quick. So what you want to do is in your resources, you immediately want to right click and then click new folder. And then you want to hit the bracket, which is the key directly to the right of the P. And then you want to just type in what's going to be in the folder to kind of help you know what's in there and find it later. And then you're going to hit the close bracket, which is one more key to the right. And then that basically says, all right, ignore. So that's all that is. Then you just push enter. Done. All right. So with that, we're just going to delete that and go back into the police cars. Okay. So as you can see, most of our spawn codes, I mean, we have a pack as well right here. That's 1 through 10. And then we have additionals right here that are 11 through 19. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn that Jeep into SP20. And that will make the spawn code for it work. So, to start, what you want to do is your standard folder right here that's in. You want to make sure that you have your stream, your resource, your car goal, car variation, and vehicle meta. Now, there are times where you will have them where they need to be like this, where you have to have the stream, the data, and the resource. Then these three go into the data. But that's not for every single car. If the car doesn't spawn like that, then take them out and leave them in the main folder. And just like that, that's how some cars will work. It varies from car to car, but just go with it as is. So, first thing you want to do is go into your stream folder. This is always going to be where your YFTs and your YTDs and your underscore or highs will be at. And what you want to do in here, the quickest way I always found this is just click F2, and then you want to type SP20, and then because I'm lazy, we're going to Control C, and we're just going to F2, Control V. Now here's where you have to be careful with the Jeeps underscore high, because it actually takes and highlights the underscore high. So you actually want to not delete that, make sure it's there. So then you just want to do SP20 underscore high, just like that. And then just click off. So now that's done. That's taken care of. We don't have to worry about that anymore. So next, you can ignore the resource folder, that's fine. The carcals, we'll get into that, but I'll also open that up. The car variation, the vehicle meta is what you're going to be really paying attention to in this one. But let's go ahead and open up all of them just so you can see what's inside of them. So as you can see right here, it's saying there should be a data file, but obviously this vehicle will work without the data file. So not a big deal on this. Don't worry about it. Okay. So in here, you have what is called your ID value, and that's basically your lights. And basically, if you have two sets of lights that are the exact same, your lights are going to look like they're from vanilla, and they're got that nice flat light on there, and it's a pain. Or if they're a different number than what they're supposed to be in the actual folders, that's when they won't work, period. I purposely made it this just to hopefully see it break, and we can go from there. And then in the next part, we'll explain how to fix it. And I'm going to show you guys how broken they are. Either A, they turn on, or B, they turn on, they're broken, or they just don't turn on. I mean, a number of things can happen when you don't have the correct ID value. So, with that, we're going to go ahead and close the carcals. Now, in here, in the car variations and the vehicle meta, this is where you want to start paying attention to what you're doing and make sure you don't mess up and change the wrong thing. What I always do is I'll highlight the original spawn code, which will be the names of the YTDs, YFT, and underscore highs, and that'll always be right there. So once you highlight it, do Control F, and then from there, it'll bring up the search menu. Now, what I always found the easiest, that way you didn't accidentally screw up, is go over here to replace, and then what you want to do is you want to find the word Jeep, and then you want to replace it with SP20, and then what you want to do is click Replace All. Now, in the car variations, there will only be one, but in the vehicle meta, I believe there's 3 or 4. I think it's 3, though. But once you do that, you're all set with that. As you can see, change right there to SP20. So, now what we're going to do is we're going to click Control S, so that little save went from red to blue. Just in case you didn't see it, we're going to make a little space, and then we'll delete the space. But you can see right here, it's now red, but we do Control S, and it's saved. So now that one's taken care of. So now we can close that. Now, same thing you want to do here. Highlight the word Jeep, Control F, replace, and you can see already there, it's there. And then we're going to replace all. You can see that it replaced 3, which were those 3 right there. Okay? Now you can see up here it's got the red, which means, hey, save it. So what we're going to do is Control S, and boom, just like that, it is done. Excuse me, guys. Tired. Alright, so with that now done there, we finished that. So let's go ahead and do that. Now as you can see, we still have one more problem. If I can get it, there we go. Just gonna pull it over here. We've still got it right here, but there's a problem. It still says the word Jeep. So, you want to click on the folder once just to highlight it, or, I mean, you can highlight it, whatever. Click F2, and then paste SP20 again, or whatever your spawn code is. Everything is 100% up to you. I've done some testing, and you can name it pretty much whatever the hell you want. I mean, I don't think there's a limitation. I mean, there might be some character limitations that you can do. But, I mean, to each his own. I mean, if it works for you, awesome. I haven't tested it to really know. But anyway, moving on topic here. So yeah, now the folder is named SP20. Okay, so now what we want to do is go back into where our folder was for the police cars. And now what I want to do is I want to take this folder and I want to drag and drop it into this pack. So now I want you to hit refresh. Boom. It's in its location. You know it's there. That's done. Now what we want to do is come over here to the server CFG. And where is... here it is. Okay. So what you want to do right here is you want to do... Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, my Jeep is coming down here for the sandy packs. So then we're going to hit enter. that's going to create another spacer. And then you want to type in lowercase, it doesn't matter there at this point in time. I'm pretty sure it has to be lowercase, but I don't think it matters. But we're going to do start space, and then you have to type exactly what that folder is. So if it's an uppercase S space P space 20, you have to type it like that. But because I have it in lowercase sp20 in one little grouping, all I have to do is sp20. Alright, and that's all it is. So as you can see right here, we have the little red floppy disk. So we're going to go ahead and Control S, and boom. What we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and start up the server. We're going to get in, and I'm going to show you guys that it is working so you can see it. And just so we know it is working, we're going to go back over here. We're going to go to the cache, and we're going to delete it. There we go. Okay? So, with that being said, I will see you guys in server momentarily. I'm going to go ahead and start up the server. Alright guys, so we are back in the server now. Now I want to go over a couple of things before we go ahead and spawn this vehicle in. Whenever you remove the cache from your vehicle, from your server, do keep in mind that it will take a moment for the vehicle to spawn in and actually be visible for you. And this will happen for everybody on the first go around. Once they see the vehicle, it'll be loaded, it'll be good. But it does take a moment for your first attempt for it to actually register in game and go from there. So without furthermore, let's go ahead to vehicle related options, vehicle spawner, spawn vehicle by name, and we're going to do sp20, and then we're going to just give it a second, and voila, there it is, added in game. So that's all it is for you guys. I mean, that there's nothing really crazy hard about this specific setup. That is literally the hardest thing, is just making sure everything is accurate, everything is on there, and then you make sure that you have everything correct. Let's see. I'm just gonna pop on every extra because I like this Jeep. Alright, so that's gonna conclude this episode, guys. Hopefully you all did enjoy it, everything about it. Hopefully it did bring some insight on a little bit more on adding stuff to your server for everybody who's new out there starting to get it going. If you do enjoy this video, just let me know in the comments down below if you want to see something specifically done, if you need help with something, or if you've done all this but you have something that I haven't covered yet or will be covering soon. Let me know, and I will try and get with you, and I can try and help you out the best I can. So until the next video, I think on the next one, guys, we're going to work on carcals. So thank you everybody for tuning in, and we'll see you all in the next video. Talk to you then.